How's it going? Well, this is Andy coming to you again from here at Andy's World of Bass. Today's an exciting day because I'm going to do a demo for you with this instrument that I'm holding right now that I just got back from Denver purchasing. And it is a very, very cool bass. Okay, so the bass that I'm holding right now is the Metro Express by Sadowsky. And I was browsing around on the internet. You know, I love Sadowsky bass. I have a vintage Sadowsky bass made in New York City. It's a long story with that bass. It was purchased originally new by my teacher when I was a teenager, and then he passed it on to me. And I just love Roger Sadowsky basses. And I had been hearing about this Metro Express line, and I was really kind of curious to try it because I had tried some at the NAMM show some years ago, and I was just like, wow, you know, what a great bass for a great value. You know, I want to say it was about 4 years ago or something like that, or maybe 5. But during that time, Roger Sadowsky and my old boss, Hans-Peter Wilfer at Warwick, joined forces, and Hans-Peter started producing the Metro line in Germany and the Metro Express line imported from China. And I just know Hans-Peter, he's got the lock on Chinese production, and he just really knows how to like manage quality control and everything. And I had been just really curious to see how that was shaken out in the form of the actual instrument. Well, there was COVID and the NAMM show hasn't happened, and I've been doing other things. Anyway, I saw this online on the website of Music Go Round, the chain Music Go Round, and advertised as new B stock, no warranty. And I'm thinking, well, you know, hey, you know, maybe it's got a ding in it or a nick in it or something like that. And, you know, they wanted $648 for it. And I'm like, oh, hell, I'm driving down there. I got to go check it out. Even if I don't buy it, I just want to go check it out. You know, I just want to go see how they are, you know, how they're coming out and how they're turning out and everything like that. And much to my surprise, the bass is just totally, totally happening. I'm not surprised that it's totally happening, but I was surprised that because it's B stock, I thought it would have some sort of, you know, kind of issue that I would find. And the only issue that I found with it is that the balance control is wired backwards. When you roll the balance control forward, you get the bridge pickup. And when you roll it back, you get the P pickup. That's the only thing I could find. The neck is great, the frets are great, no sprout, no fret sprout, you know. So that tells me that the wood that they're using is really nice at the point of production, because fret sprout happens when the wood shrinks and the metal stays, the steel stays the same size. The fret stays the same size and the wood shrinks. But this has none of that. It's really, really nice. It has an active passive 2-band electronics. So I guess maybe we'll start in passive mode. So that's the bridge pickup in passive mode. This is the P pickup in passive mode. only preamp, 2-band, bass and treble. And we'll just take them from 0, let's say, to like 25%. It's a lot louder. That was okay. So that was mostly P pickup and a little bit of back pickup. Here's the bridge pickup in active mode. Turning up the active bass on just the bridge pickup. The frets are really smooth and no grind. This instrument right now, I only played it for 10 minutes down there. I before I even plugged it in, I was already kind of loving it. But it's in tune. The intonation is really good. Okay, so now we'll go to both pickups. Super lively, just an absolutely killer bass for the money. I mean, I can't even believe that they're doing this nice of an instrument for this kind of money. Now, it was B stock, and there is no warranty, and you know, whatever, I got to go in there and switch 2 wires on it. I mean, I think they sell for $1,000 or maybe even a little bit more than that. I don't know what they're exactly they're selling for, but if you pay one for full price, you know, that isn't imperfect, then of course you get the warranty, and you know, if anything goes wrong, then the manufacturer is accountable. When you buy something B stock, the manufacturer is no longer accountable whatsoever. And you know, in this case, it was just a very small. I mean, that's all I can find is that unless they do it like that for some reason, but it wouldn't make any sense to me that when you roll it forward, it would go to the bridge pickup, and when you roll it back, it would go to the P-base pickup. So that's just like 2 wires that got put on wrong. So let's do just the P pickup in active mode. There's my first demo with the Sadowsky Metro line. It's got the hybrid PJ. Another cool thing I noticed about it is that the fingerboard is clear coated, so it's not open grain. That gives it a brighter sound. So it sounds a little bit more like maple, even though it's a brown fingerboard. It's a finished fingerboard. I don't know what the wood is. Probably rosewood or something like that. Maybe Palfaro. And 3-tone sunburst. White pickguard. Tuners are great. It's got this great string tree that tensions down all of the strings, so that's what makes them so great. That's one of the key tricks that makes Sadowsky basses slap so well. Is that's got this string tree that is holding all of the strings down. It looks like it is 2-piece body. Really nice finish. Pretty 3-tone sunburst. Kind of a darker 3-tone. White pickguard. Finished fretboard. Sadowsky pickups. Active passive 2-band electronics. Active passive 2-band electronics. Serial number says, well, I don't know, but the last 2 numbers are 21, so I'm thinking it was made last year. And man, kudos to Roger Sadowsky, kudos to Hans-Peter Wilfer and Nicola Wilfer, for overseeing such a really excellent production of what I think is a genuine Sadowsky bass, made it at an affordable price. It sounds like a Sadowsky, it looks like a Sadowsky, it feels like a Sadowsky, and for, you know, a price that just about anybody can afford. I mean, I don't know, there's not a whole lot you can get out there these days for under $1,000 or around $1,000. That's actually really good. That's just kind of a fact. So this is the kind of bass that, like, any serious pro level player, like a really kind of a serious bassist that's been whatever, you know, playing for a long time or whatever, and that this used to playing like, you know, New York City Sadowskys or Warwicks or, you know, MTDs or just, you know, any, you know, someone that's used to playing expensive basses would like this bass. I'm one of them. I mean, I like this as much or more than a lot of the basses that I own, and some of them cost 4 times as much as this. That's, I mean, that has a lot has to do with taste. You know, I like a modern jazz bass, and I like the fact that it has a P bass pickup in the front, not another J. You know, I have a lot of basses, and they're all really, really cool in their own special ways and everything. But this is just like, it's just like such a badass design concept with the P bass in the front and the J in the back and the active passive electronics, and it's got this great Sadowsky kind of a little bit more flat radius. It's radius, but not really radius. A little bit more on the flatter side, which is kind of characteristic. And it has this great neck shape, and the satin finish on the back just feels really, really good. And there's no fret sprout, and the tuners are real smooth. You know, they're Sadowsky tuners. It's just badass. So, I can't recommend that you go out and buy B stock without playing it. I drove down there because I had to find out for myself what was the deal with it, making it B stock. You know, does it have a big gash out of it or something wrong with it? You know, the neck messed up or whatever. But it turns out it's just a little small electronic thing that requires a little 10-minute, you know, operation to switch a couple wires. On this one, they do have a couple other ones down there. One of them, the lettering was backwards and upside down on the pickups. I'm pretty sure that's why they deemed that imperfect. Instead of the Sadowsky being written this way, you know, the correct way, it was upside down and backwards on the pickup. So they probably yanked that out at, you know, at post-production, last call, you know, final checks, and they said, we can't use, you know, this doesn't meet the cut, you know. That's the thing about a prestigious brand like Sadowsky, is that Roger Sadowsky, he's got like 45, 50 years or something in building the prestige of his company. If he's going to attach his name to anything, it's got to be really, really, really high quality. And so, I mean, being made in China, some people would be turned off by that. But I'm telling you, the quality control and the way that the instrument is put together and everything like that is top notch. So, I mean, what's the difference if the CNC machine is in New York or in New Jersey or in Lincoln, Nebraska, or in China? I mean, it's a CNC machine. The quality of the wood, I think, does play a big role because, like I said at the beginning, if it was made from wood that hadn't been properly dried, then it would be sprouting like crazy. The wood will have shrunk by now. I think this was made last year in 2021. So, but it hasn't. It stayed. So that tells me that the wood that they're using is carefully dried. And these are the kind of the little things. Now the fret ends are not hand rounded, but they're not sharp. I mean, I could round them a little more if I wanted to be super picky, but it's not bothering me at all. And trust me, if this thing had any kind of fret sprout, it would bug me big time, and I wouldn't be able to play it until I dealt with it. But it's totally playable for me, and I'm the picky guy about rounded frets. So, I mean, it's got like above average setup, above average post-production, final assembly, preparation work done to it. And, you know, so what? It's the blend controls wired backwards. No big deal. So I'm super happy. I encourage you to support the partnership between Warwick and Sadowsky. And they make the Metro line there in Germany. This is the Metro Express, which is made in China. And then, of course, Roger and company still make the highly, highly prestigious and exquisite New York City line. All right, friends. See you next time. Peace.